If you were to be the president of this country, what would you do differently?
I think the state of the nation is a reflection of the people, not the leaders alone. A bad people cannot get a good leader, and most Nigerians are bad. I don't think democracy is what is totally right for Nigeria. People that can't sit down and think by themselves probably need someone to help them do the thinking. Nigeria is so blessed. I mean, we've had the president that is dead, is picket, even though he's dead, still sending us money every time. That's to tell you the vast wealth that is in this country. Every special edition of the SOS always comes with something new, something fresh, something remarkable, something sublime, and this is not any different. And we believe strongly that as you join this broadcast, you will be able to participate even though you were not part of the people in the studio, because it's very interactive. It's going to bring you answers to questions you don't even have an idea is bothering your heart. So I want to take you to the studio where you'll join the people that joined us at the studio to present this edition of SOS Special to you. Thank you.
Okay, so yes, I would ask the questions together because they are related. So, the question says, it is amazing that a blessed nation like Nigeria,
blessed nation
still have Nigerians who major on the minor and minor on the major. And it looks sometimes looks like we don't have a clue of our destination. So
as a nation?
Yes, as a nation. Yes. Okay, the leaders, they don't have a clue of our destination. So the first question is, what roles should our ministers play in politics and governance apart from prayers? Then the second one is that you as our pastor, you have an amazing portfolio in leadership and finance. And if you were to be the president of this country, what would you do differently?
I understand why you are saying maybe there will be more questions, because this question is a long question. First and foremost, the role of the church. Yes, that maybe our nation, the leaders are clueless. At times, we can be harsh on them, but at times I also ask myself, there are things they are seeing that we are not seeing. So we must err on that side. But having said that, there are basics that I still expect that they can do. And when you see some of them do it, then it doesn't exonerate the ones that are not doing it. There are some governors that get into a state where they say there's no money and they end up paying everybody, not owing, and still doing projects. And you ask yourself, who is fooling who? But ultimately, I think the state of the nation is a reflection of the people, not the leaders alone. A bad people cannot get a good leader, and most Nigerians are bad. You get to filling station, and it's not the stealing, because when you say bad now, people will tell you, I've not stolen any money, because you know they catch you, you don't have anybody that you will run to. So if you actually, they have not stolen doesn't mean you don't have stealing tendencies. You probably just know you not get away with it. But how I will measure a good citizen, you don't drive one way. When I said I've never driven one way before, people find it hard to believe, except they've closed the road and they say we should pass here. You go to filling stations. That's how you know Nigerians are not good people. Somebody has been on queue for 3 hours. He got there 5 a.m. Now you have you are not even say, let me give these people money. We will say, okay, you paid to enter, paid entry. No, as they open the gates, you just shook your head inside, and because of you, they stop selling until sanity. If sanity doesn't return, they will not do. You have not just destroyed somebody that spent 3 hours. Because if you are in a hurry, have you considered it to they have a destination? But if all of us stay at home, and when people go abroad, they join the line. So how come when you get to your own land, you want to jump the queue? It shows that you are a wicked person. So as wicked as you are, God is not going to look down and give you a leader that will make your life better. He has to allow, because as the people are, so are the leaders. I mean, they came out from among us. So we can't keep making it look like these people just descended from heaven, or they emanated from the pit of hell. If they are your uncle, they are your brother. I mean, I've had cases of people tell their loved ones that became government officials that tell them, I want to do it right. And say, are you crazy? Say, when it's our own time now? You are saying that you are not giving contract to family. You want to do it right. You are against nepotism. Say, let us chop our own too. It never finishes. And that's how the cycle continues. The role of the church or the ministers is simple: to raise better people. If God is calling a minister to politics, I'm not going to debate that, or I don't like controversial issues. Everybody hears differently. I know there is no greater honor than to serve God. So I'm not going to leave pastoring now to say I want to be president of Nigeria, unless God tells me I should abandon pastoring. Some of our pastors are probably student union leaders, radicals, activists in their school days. They get born again, start serving God, and that part of their life is still there. So what they are saying God is telling them may just be their old activism that is trying to find expression. And if you want to leave pulpit to do that, then it's fine. I have no problem with that. So far, you and God have heard clearly. That's fine by me. But in terms of their primary work, the church ministers are to raise good Christians. And how do you raise good Christians? It is never by preaching 20 minutes message. It is never by not you avoiding to confront what is wrong in the name of not upsetting people. It is not by all these humanistic messages that appeal to the flesh, but they do nothing to the spirit. It's not by you telling somebody by any means necessary, get money. Share this, press the share button. Even if you're a secular artist, use my song to do a whatever and link me. You can't reach people. It's just by saying, I will prove to you that acid can kill by drinking it. I don't have to do that. It's the same. I don't have to descend to that level to prove to you that God is good. We don't lower the standard to maintain it. We actually raise it for people to come up to it. Have you noticed? And of late, I did that. I heard my father-in-law say it, and I had to go and find out. And I realized it was true between the 60s, 70s, and 80s, 90s, then from 2000 below. If I have 2002, what I saw was still all right. From 2002, 2004, go and look at it. To get into medicine in those days, you need 300 and something. But now it has come down. And they realized, that person that did research realized that the more they drop the cutoff, the more these children standards also comes down. Because God created standards originally as something that we should all aspire to attain to. That's why you try to jump. You know, all of us that do jumping, even at our level, put stick and all that. When they raise it up and your friend jump it, I can't jump it. I don't know about you. I became high pro jumper just to prove nothing. Just to prove that Dami will not do this jump and I will not do it. Jumping motivated me to want to. And that's how standards are. You raise it. Tell people now that to get into this program, you need to score 350. And you highlight the benefit. You'll be shocked that they will get there. But there's no more standard. So that's why a madman can open church and start. When the days of the fathers of faith, you have to think twice. Because to even get into their fellowship, money will open doors for you. It's your character that open doors for you. But now you're a criminal, you start a church. Once you give offering, you'll be accepted in some circles until you have problems and they deny you. And I'm not trying to, I don't like all this church. Voila. I'm just giving examples. You understand what I'm saying now? So we have to get to that point where we make people understand what God expects from them as citizens of a nation. My book, Modern Question, Nation Answers, also has that part. Nationhood is part of the questions I answered. Your role in a nation, when you want to leave a nation, and that part not even become a thing when I wrote, when I did the manuscript of the book. I just didn't release it that period because the other ones we wanted to release first. So it's all there. That is I believe primarily that's the role of the church. Prayer, we can't stop praying. And the person said, other than prayer, we can't stop praying. I don't have a sacrifice. I can't kill human beings to appease any God. It's prayer I have. So I'll pray in the morning, I'll pray in the afternoon, I'll pray in the evening, and I'll stand for the truth that I've believed in. Now, if I have to be a leader in Nigeria, I won't want to be, because I wanted to be as a military president. Now you're asking me a personal question, I'm answering personally. I don't think democracy is what is totally right for Nigeria. I know I know people watching who have problems with it and all that. It's fine. Whatever insult and whatever you want to put, just be rest assured, I will not give any answer to whatever comment you put, but I will read it and laugh and enjoy it. If people that can't sit down and think by themselves probably need someone to help them do the thinking. The level of discipline we had when military was in charge, it's not the same level of discipline that we have now. I know people that were habitual latecomers, but in the days of Dia and Idiagbon in Ogun State, they started going to work early, because if they catch you late, you are going to be severely punished. They made you read the national anthem. There are a lot of people didn't even know, and the essence of an anthem or pledge is to reintegrate and install, if I can use that word, the values that you should have as a citizen into you. It's not for music. See our new one now, DJ something, they have put beats on it. They have cheapened it, and that's what we laughing at everything in this nation. That's what it's going to cost us. Don't get me wrong, I laugh too. I'm just saying, ultimately, our seriousness may not cost us. Ultimately, you understand what I'm saying? So I believe that, or let me now be political. That's my original belief. My political belief is that we should have a mix of something that I don't see the work of Senate and House of Rep. If the president can pay you, bribe you, I'm not saying that's what's happening in Nigeria. I'm sure you understand. I'm talking about my second country that I belong to by faith now. If they can bribe you and do all that, and you understand whatever is doing, whether it's good or it's not good, then your original essence is lost. The Senate was given birth to by the Romans, and even the emperors, they fear the Senate members, because it's all about argument. They hardly agree among themselves, and that's why they always put everything to a vote at the end of the day, and all the yeas and nays that we have. So I will say we should sit down as a nation and ask ourselves, what are we practicing? If I'm president, are we capitalist? Are we communist? Are we an industrialized nation? Are we in between? Are we a criminal nation? Are we nations of touts, ritualists, kidnappers? We should ask ourselves important questions. Now, when we answer that, democracy was formed by some people, but it took them hundreds of years. America is 10 times, if not 5 times older than Nigeria. So what they achieved over those period, we can achieve in 64 years. So I think we should have found what worked for us. Disintegration and all that, there are things we put on the table. Look at the merits and the demerits. I'm not in support of separating the country. I've never been in support of that. I believe God put it together for a reason. But we need to ask ourselves, what is the reason? Those are some of the things I will do differently. Political campaign, politics should become something cheap. If the Senate and the House of Rep are going to, and all these nonsense offices that are useless, all of them. Now I'm talking to Nigeria directly, I don't really care anymore. If they are going to be functional, then let them be civil servants. Put them on civil servant level. You can't just be an idiot today, poor, miserable, then you find your way into a political office and you become a billionaire tomorrow. It is not right. It has destroyed the youth. It has turned us into a cash society, and it has also permeated the church. Because now people think once you are broke, you start a church. Church is a means to make money. It is first what you see it everywhere. Is the same spirit. It just expresses itself in different dimensions. So if they are going to remain, they should be civil servants. Their campaign can be done online. They don't have to go to local government and all. We can't have technologies in this country where we load recharge card once, it's never used again. We've never mistransferred money. And when you mistransfer, they can reverse it and all that. And we are saying we cannot successfully hold an election that is electronic in nature. Somebody is fooling somebody. And as long as we are there, it will not work. So everybody that is registered as a voter, you do recharge card, scratch it and load into the SIM. I'm just using that as a analogy. Now load into the SIM of your candidate. And it is being seen on different screens in the country. So as you are punching, it is there. Instant result, no whatever. But in as much as what you will do today, they will upload it. I mean, you told us the machine will do all this and it's doing the exact opposite. So that's to tell you the nation is set in such a way that it's a failed issue. I know the president encouraged that we should be preaching and encouraging the nation the last time he gave a speech on one of the Christian whatever, but I can't preach a lie. I can't encourage people in a nation where the leaders, where the law doesn't apply to people that have power, but it's the same law. You jail somebody for 5,000 naira. He died in jail. Yet somebody for 5 billion, 2 billion, 3 trillion is working and roaming free. You can't expect me to. What will I preach? Even if you give me all the money in the world, you can't still control that because I can't stand behind what is not right. This is not about who has not sinned before. This is about the fact that it rises and falls with leadership. If I'm running circles because I can't tell you all the plans I have if I was the president. If I was the president of this country, there will be a lot of deaths first. Because that's the simple truth. Because I believe strongly that, and I'm not saying there should be a revolution, but if you punish people that are doing what is wrong, it will, all this we are shouting the youths are jobless, the youths are criminal in nature. Can a senator that is a criminal himself, can a thief call, it's just like an enemy saying Monday Super is a thief. It's not right. So, while I'm not justifying the boys stealing and doing internet fraud, but you that you're also stealing with pen and paper like Fela said many years back, you can't cast a stone towards them. So, I believe we should collapse everything and start all over again. I know the administration of Jonathan tried to do national confab and all that, even though we didn't see the report, among other things. So maybe that's what is needed. Sincere one, and but the people cashing out can't lose their way of life. So the motto now is just find your way into that circle so that your own can be guaranteed. And those are the things that we need to change, or that we aim to change as a president. Now, like I said, there are parts of leadership, especially of this nation, that you don't know that I don't know. But when we get there, I can't believe, even though we don't know what the problem is, I can't believe we can't find a solution to that problem. Because Nigeria is so blessed. I mean, we've had the president that is dead, is picket, even though he's dead, still sending us money every time. That's to tell you the vast wealth that is in this country. And if we keep running for foreign aids and all that, we can't do well. A nation like Nigeria should not be taking money from anybody. We actually should be the one borrowing money to other African nations and all that. But like I said, that's just when I sleep. Those are what I dream. It's just a dream. It's not, I'm not saying that's what should be done. Like taxes, they can be done right. They can be done right. That everybody will pay. Once it's clear. Every law is shrouded in mystery. So there will always be room for all kinds of things. But if I tell you your salary is 50,000, this is your tax, it's clear. So if you get into, it's even been electronically done now. So you just need to go is, the people in the back office should just be handling paper. You go there, they shouldn't have access to anything other than paper. You go there, you click 50,000, you pay what, it comes out automatically, you pay what you need to pay. Now, say, how do you know the person is telling the truth? That is where automating banks and all those things, that's where they come in. So, my bank is connected directly. If money comes, deliver a salary, I can't say it's not my salary. So it's set up in such a way that a salary is 200,000. As it's landing, the bank is removing automatically what should be the tax of it. It's not English. Citizens, companies, they pay tax. The same way in religious circles, we pay give offerings and tithes and all that. So many things, but let's do Nigeria matter. We'll pray for Nigeria, and hopefully one day God will help us. Maybe 60,000 naira, we are still debating and all that. But what can 60,000 really do in today's economy? So last question.